Hello everybody, it's me, Scribs. Um, yeah, this is the second time I've recorded this video today, because turns out I wasn't recording it the first time. Typical me. But yeah, as you can tell, got a Headcanon video for you. Yay, Headcanon, we love Headcanon, it's not like a thousand of them like that. Yes, I know there's loads, I know I'm just adding to the flow, but I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and try and explain different things according to the canon of my head. Now, obviously, because of the fact it's headcanon, everyone's got their own, and it's not canon, it's headcanon, and it probably won't be explained canonically. So if you're not open to new awesome headcanon ideas, get lost in the politest way possible. This video is not for you, and I don't want to upset you or anything like that. Anyway, for this video, I've been strongly influenced by Brony Talks. Click on my face to watch his video about Pinkie, because, you know, if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time. But yeah, seriously, go and watch his video, like, now, before you watch this, because otherwise, it's not gonna make sense to you. Also, second theory, from the fan fiction, Into the Black Amare's Tale, link in the description below, because it's a good story, if you enjoy a good read. Since you're subscribed to me, you probably do. But yeah, I'm going to do a video on it soon anyway, so yeah. So, since you're still here, I'm assuming that you have seen Brony Talk's video. Yeah, so, assuming you know what he was on about. So, leading on from that, what he said about unicorn horns being made of some sort of weird magical compound of which the nature is as of yet unknown. Pinkie Pie, we know, she grew up on a rock farm. Yeah. And we're assuming from that, like with Applejack, her entire family for generations back were apple farmers. Pinkie Pie, presumably, her family was for generations rock farmers. And you know, what they're farming, the rocks. The only reason why you could possibly want to farm rocks would be for the compounds inside them, or for the minerals or whatever. So if we know that a unicorn horn is made from this compound, in terms of headcanon at least, then it makes sense that it's the same compound they'd be farming with the rocks. So when you deal with rocks, like miners for example, back in when Britain used to have mining, thanks Mrs. Thatcher, when we used to have mines, they used to get miners, they used to have coal dust permanently embedded in the folds of their skin, because it just gets everywhere. So if you're a rock farmer, you know, it's likely that you're going to end up with bits of your rocks all over you. So, you know, when you're eating, it's going to be in your food, you're going to end up swallowing it, it's going to start affecting you. Now, if we look at this whole generation thing, yeah, Pinkie Pie is a result of a lot of rock farmers farming this rock with this compound, right? They're taking in parts of this compound, so genetically it's being passed down until you end up with Pinkie Pie with a highly concentrated, dense amount of this compound, right? You with me so far? Good. So you've got this this amazing honey with this weird compound throughout her body, throughout her bones, whatever. And so this, since we know this compound is what takes in and used to control magic, explains Pinkie Pie's abilities, her innate speed, her seemingly abandoned ability to teleport herself, you know. Example, in Party of One, Rainbow Dash running away, yeah, Pinkie Pie bouncing away. Pinkie Pie was somehow in the bell before Rainbow even got there, despite the fact that she was behind. Also, if you notice, Pinkie Pie's main way of getting around is jumping, yeah? You're gonna need some immense strength to be able to do that, you know, some immense strength and immense stamina. But that could just be her any magic. Anyway. So yeah, that is my theory for Pinkie Pie. I mean, if you're not getting me with this build up of stuff, look at pesticide. One insect eats a tiny amount of pesticide and it dies. A bird eats the insect. Still only got that tiny amount, not enough to kill the bird. The bird eats lots of insects, it's got a lot of pesticide, it dies. Another bird eats it, and so on and so forth. Till eventually it's poisoned the entire bird population, and all they wanted to kill was the insect population. Similar also with some genetic deformities, such as blonde hair or blue eyes. It's not what I mean. It's not what I mean. Because blue hair and blonde eyes is a mutation from the original, human design, I guess you could say. Not a creationist. But, yeah, I mean, if we look at that, it's got dominant and recessive alleles. We need 2 recessive alleles to create a blue-eyed blonde person. That was a bad example. So, instead, let's look at hereditary cancer caused by radiation. Yeah, let's look at that. So, you have some form of radiation, some sort of accident, like, say, Chernobyl in Russia. I think it's in Russia. Pretty sure it's Russia. Or Fukushima in Japan. Yeah. So, they're saying that the radiation is affecting people's, genetic material. It's knocking bits off, it's changing things around. So if you get people with these slight genetic mutations, they breed, and then over here you've got, so say you have 4 people, breed to make 2 people, breed to make 1 person. This 1 person has got the genetic deformities of all of these people, including their own new ones, so they then end up with more than just this guy over here, or these people at the top here, who were the original people at these incidents. And this sort of gathering of the genetic mutation is what has caused them to have their deformity, as we are assuming. Could be something similar with Pinkie Pie, if the compound gives us some sort of radiation or something. We don't know. Yeah, one thing he didn't cover though was Pegasi magic, and this is slightly detracting from Pinkie Pie, so forgive me for that, but, if there's this compound, then it exists. We know Pegasi have magic. They can fly with those tiny little wings in comparison to the body mass, which would not happen on its own. They can interact with clouds, they can, interact with moisture in the air, they're assuming. So think about it. Pegasi wings are feathery, right? Feathers are sort of bone, but not quite. So, why not have that compound in them as well? That would make sense to me. It would make sense that they can then control the environment they're in. Now, this, I guess you could say, is a theory for all of the 3 species having magic. I mean, he said earth ponies don't really have magic, and that the horn is not bone. But if you think about it, the compounds we eat, take in, ingest, whatever, those compounds, right? Calcium. We eat calcium, ends up in our bones. There's no reason to say this compound they eat doesn't also end up in the bones. Because then earth ponies, having their bones, can then interact with the earth, be better at growing plants, that sort of thing. Pegasi, their wings and their bones, and unicorn horns are bone, but with concentrations of that compound. And being close to their head is how it interacts with their wing. Bit far-fetched, but it makes more sense than the second theory I had until recently, which was that Discord's sort of brother, I guess, had fallen in love with a pony who turns out to be Pinkie's mother, and he decided to become a pony to live with her in a normal life, and then Pinkie sort of inherited his power. Bit of a weird one, but hey ho. So I think that pretty much concludes this headcanon video. Sorry about that. But, yeah. With regards to my fic reading, I am soon to record a video of me reading Pen's Past Sins, as suggested by some people. And, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good read. It takes ages though. I mean, I've been reading it for months. I think I've kind of forgotten where I am, I haven't read it in ages, but you know, I will do. And then on top of that, I've also got the video I said I would have about Into the Black. And yep, that does conclude this video. Hope you enjoyed me being back after a long spell away. Yeah, see you later.